Sometimes in life we have to go through a truthful understanding and perspective and introspection. Do the introspection to get to the nitty gritty of what it is that we're actually dealing with within our own psychology before it destroys us. And we're either going to go one or two ways, and that's bottle it up and continue going down a dark path and a destructive path, or start speaking about it and let it all out, no matter how difficult it is, no matter how emotional it is, and no matter how much it tries to destroy our ego and our sense of self and a sense of me. Sometimes it's got to just come to an end. Because there's people that need you. You know, whether you've got kids, whether you haven't got kids, there's people that care about you still. Like, you know, certain friends, certain family members. Although, yes, we live in a world where a lot of us don't have these connections with our family members or good friendships and things. Ultimately, I think it really comes down, as a man especially, to embody love, to embody truth, integrity, strength, vulnerability, which leads to strength. Rather than to cowered off and, you know, I'm going to self-pleasure myself and seek relief and seek comfort because I feel too stressed with the burdens of life, which are not even burdens, like the blessings, you know, the things that we have, like the trials and tribulations that we face. When you have a perspective of like they're only there to make us stronger rather than to run us into the ground, then everything changes. The whole video anyway, it was to discuss why I actually told my employer and my boss, who still employs me, by the way, that I'm having a problem or my addiction to cocaine and porn, is because the truth sets us free. You know, to just say it out to yourself or to say it to a friend without the saying of I've got a serious problem kind of thing, isn't going to quite get to the core issue. You've got to let the emotion out. You've got to let the thoughts and the feelings about what it is that you're actually trying to cover up, what it is that you're running from. And I think only you know that, like, and even if you do speak to someone else, they might not understand it, but at least you've got it out, and at least some kind of weight and relief has been lifted, especially if they listen to you, because you can tell it to the wrong person and you'll feel that you've still got the weight. You tell it to the right person, then, and they absorb it and they listen to you without any judgment, then it feels like something's been lifted. And especially if that person can help you in a direction where they support you continually. And if you do feel like you want to go back and fall into a dark place again, then they're always there to be able to listen to you again and support you along the way. My employer is like a second father to me. You know, my father's no longer about. Like, he is still alive, but he's mentally disabled. You know, he had an accident when I was younger due to alcoholism. It was a pisshead. Although he tried to get it under control as well. That accident happened when I was a young lad. I don't even think I'd turned into a teenager yet, and you know, my father was no longer about. So I kind of went on my own path, you know, using drugs, using weed, using coke, using MDMA, drinking a lot. Started combining that with porn. I didn't go down the path of sleeping around, or even maybe part of me did want to sleep around, but drugs took a hold. And you know, when porn and drugs, the combination of porn and drugs occur, then it's like, well, why do I even want to seek a relationship or seek sex, like when I've got my right hand? Which sounds mad, but like it's the truth. And if anyone out there resonates, then you know exactly what I'm on about. By the way, this is my dodgy, broke my comb. But yeah, that's kind of what I just wanted to discuss in this video, because I feel like I say the truth will set you free, you know. And if you've got someone out there that you can speak to, like I do, such a blessing to know, have a friend and who I see as a second father to me, that is in the same, even is in the same space now, and has the same understanding about awareness and behavior and spirituality, or whatever it may be, you know. Basically is willing to be able to listen to you about any and try and understand and put itself into your shoes about anything. I think that's how we should all be in life. But unfortunately, we this is not the case, so I get it. But if you are out there and you are struggling, then you can always comment below and let me know where you're at. If you feel comfortable putting a comment in the comment section, or reach out to me on my email or my social media, you know, and we can have a talk, and you can talk away and let me know where you're at, and I'll listen and do my best to say what I think could be the way out for you. Not to say that I know the way out for you, but only you know that, and that will be revealed the more that you open up and you be honest with yourself about it. And there's a quote that you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You know, no matter how many times someone tries to tell you that you need to stop, if you're not ready, then you're not ready. And I wasn't ready for a long time. Or maybe I was, but I just didn't decide to, because ultimately that really is what is going to move you in a right direction. Is I'm going to decide to stop. Even if I fall back, I'm still going to get back up and move towards sobriety again. And that's what I had in my mind every single time. Every time I did go back, you know, yes, I felt the pleasure, I felt the relief, but then I also felt the hell after. And after feeling that hell, I'm moving out of hell back into heaven again. Because heaven and hell are psychological states of awareness. They're not out there. They're not something that happens after you die. They're something that you can experience here upon this earth right now, in the present moment. So yes, I put myself into hell. And when I started moving back out of hell, back into heaven again, back into the higher realms of awareness, then my life got better. I began to understand that not everything has to be dark and gloomy. You can change if you really want to have change. It all starts with a thought and a feeling and a decision to change. So I'll leave it at that.